Xaminarch was determined that the Nons should take care of the Nons. He convened an urgent meeting of the remnants of the former rulers, the Lords of the Crux. There were now only 4 remaining. Lord Venomcross had been slaughtered excruciatingly for having overly disparaging thoughts about Xaminarch, his conquest of Ditos, and his imminent Microsapien clone. "You have 1,553 operational tanks, Bloodcross," said Xaminarch with a contemptuous sneer. "Yes, Master," Lord Bloodcross answered immediately. "Send 1,000 to the city of Chieyt immediately." Xaminarch issued his commands as if he really enjoyed the authority that he possessed over the once proud kings. Lord Bloodcross was not a complete fool. He did not relish the prospect of questioning his leader's orders, but he was also an experienced warrior, and realized that this dubious strategy would weaken all of the other fronts to an unacceptably dangerous level. They would probably collapse, and the Moranians and Zuvians would probably execute him anyway. Reluctantly, he spoke. 1,000, Master? I beg your forgiveness and mercy, but with the withdrawal of our armor I fear that we will fail in the defense of our significant gains." His tone was that of a man pleading desperately for his life. Xaminarch turned his head slightly to stare at Lord Bloodcross. His poise seemed to indicate that he was very displeased with his servant and his argumentative remarks. He stared into the deep green eyes of the military king, who seemed childlike even in the grandeur of his gilded ceremonial armor. Lord Bloodcross was fully expecting to be killed at that moment. Then something unexpected happened. For the first time that anyone present had witnessed, Xaminarch let out a shot burst of sinister laughter. "You are a brave little monkey. I hereby promote you to High Lord Bloodcross. You will command them." And then he looked briefly at the other 3 Lords of the Crux in obvious disgust. "Your concern is noted but completely unnecessary. I will secure the remainder of our progressive expansion." And then he gestured towards his new favorite. "High Lord Bloodcross will lead the ambush at Chieyt. Here are my instructions." It was less than 3 hours later that High Lord Bloodcross and the sizable armored contingent from the capital of Dominia were en route to Chieyt. Along with the MT-77 Lynx and HT-103 Raging Bull tanks, there were also older types that were called up from their reserve and training duties to participate in the crucial mission. Bloodcross had been given direct authority to utilize almost any type of support he thought appropriate. There were helicopters, long-range artillery and strike aircraft armed, fueled, and standing by to give assistance if required. If Chieyt had been located closer to the coast, Lord Bloodcross's force would have been able to rely on the shore bombardment capabilities of the Ditosian Grand Fleet. The pride of the Ditosian Grand Air Force, its famed fleet of air warships, was not dispatched for the foray into Chieyt. Xaminarch came to the conclusion that they would be too slow to reach in time and that their massive volume of firepower and accompanying intimidation value could be more usefully employed on the Zuvian and Moranian fronts.